Hi, my name is Ian. I work at the Fort Worth Public Library, and I'm so excited to be back again for April's Maker 101 program. And today, we're going to be checking out how to use and create our moon phase calendar and calculator. Now, JPL, which is the Jet Propulsion Lab in California, they're a part of NASA. They put out this calendar every year, so that way you can take a look at what the moon phase will be for tonight, tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, all the way through the end of the year. It's pretty cool, so let's go ahead and put it together. Here are the items that you'll need for today's project. You'll need the printed out pages. There are 6 of them in total. Back to back, it makes 3 pages for the moon phase calculator. This is obviously for the year 2021, but in the future you will need to use the updated version for each year. You'll also need a pencil. I'm using a mechanical pencil, but a regular pencil works fine. You'll need a fastener of some type. You'll need scissors, and you'll need tape. If you picked up your kit from the Fort Worth Public Library for April, we already printed out the pages for you, but if you'd like, you can always print them out on cardstock to make them a little thicker. We've linked the JPL website down in the description below, so that way you can go ahead and print it out. Or if you didn't get the chance to pick up one of the kits, you can go to this website and print them off yourself. The first step is to take the last page of my kit, and it has the moon phases here on this disc, but I actually have to fill those in. So I'm going to use my pencil, or if you're using a pen, marker, whatever you're using, you're going to use that to go ahead and mark in what the moon looks like for each phase. If you're not sure what the moon looks like during each phase, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen. You can pause the video if you need to, so that way you can fill in the correct phase with the correct label. Now that I've gotten everything shaded in for my moon phases, it's time to cut everything out. If you notice on the back, it shows you which ones are supposed to be cut and which ones are not supposed to be cut. The very first page is not supposed to be cut. You're gonna leave this page just as it is, so go ahead and set it off to the side. These 2 pages are supposed to be cut out, so make sure to follow the cut lines so you know where to cut and don't cut out the wrong thing. When you're done cutting everything out, you should have your full page and then these pieces ready to go. The next step is we need to go ahead and poke out the hole. If you flip this kind of winged piece onto the back, it says punch hole. If you have a hole punch, you can always use that, but I don't have one laying around the house. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pencil and I'm gonna poke it through this hole gently. And I'm gonna slowly open up this hole so that way you can see through it. There we go, I've gently poked my hole through, and now I have some pieces on the back side that I need to just go ahead and trim off. Don't worry if your hole isn't perfectly circular, it's just so that way we can see the different moon phases through this window, so it's okay if it's not perfect. Next, we're gonna take our little winged piece here, we're gonna flip it over onto the back side, and we have 2 different sections that are going to fit in the shaded area. So you'll notice that they're labeled moon rise and moon set. Make sure to put the right one on the right side. So moon set actually gets flipped over and placed right here. And you add a little bit of tape to that. We do the same thing with the moon rise. Just place it over that shaded area and add some tape. Now that we have that step completed, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to gently poke a small hole in the center of all of my pieces, so that way whenever we're ready to put our fastener through, it'll be able to easily go through all of the pages. Alright, I've grabbed my fastener, I'm ready to go ahead and put all of this together. Your full page is going to be the back, this winged piece is going to be your front, and this moon phase is going to be in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and stack all 3 of these on top of each other, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my brad right through the center working my way from the front all the way to the back page. Now that I put my brass fastener through all of my pages, I'm going to go ahead and flip it onto the back side and open up my fastener so that way it all stays intact. So there we go, we've put everything together, and now it's time to learn how to use our moon phase calendar and calculator. Okay, now that we've got our moon phase calendar and calculator put together, let's put it to good use. First of all, let's find what the moon phase will be for April 1st. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate on my outer wheel here. It has all the different dates, so I'm going to rotate this outer wheel until I get to April 1st. And it doesn't have April 1st exactly, it has March 29th through April 3rd, so April 1st is within that range. And just below it I have a picture of what the moon will look like. So I need to match this wheel here up to what that picture is going to look like. So that's new moon, that's not it. I'm going to keep going until I match it up with that picture. So now that I've matched the picture at the bottom of the date with the picture underneath that, it tells me that at 9 p.m. the moon will rise in the east. It's going to be a waning gibbous, and at 3 a.m. it's going to be directly overhead, and then the moon will set at 9 a.m. in the west. That's really cool, but I wonder what it's going to look like in the future. I wonder what it's going to look like on, July 4th. So let's find July 4th on our calendar. Here's July 2nd through 8th. July 4th falls in between those days. So again, I need to match my picture of the moon with the one underneath it. It's not third quarter. It's not waning crescent. It's not a new moon. Not a waxing crescent. It's not first quarter. There we go. It's a waxing gibbous. So at 3 p.m. in the east, the moon will rise. The moon will be directly overhead at 9 p.m. And at 3 a.m., the moon will set in the west. Let's look up one more day. I wonder what it's going to look like on Halloween. So let's go ahead and turn our calendar until we get to October 31st. Again, we don't have it directly here on the wheel, but it says October 29th through November 3rd, and of course October 31st, which is Halloween, is in between those days. So I need to once again match my picture with what's pictured underneath. That's not it. Not third quarter. There it is. It's going to be a waning crescent. And that means that the moon will rise in the east at 3 a.m. It'll be directly overhead on Halloween at 9 a.m. And it's going to set at 3 p.m. in the west. Now that we have our calendar and calculator all put together, we can take it outside and take a look to see if the moon matches up with what we have on our calendar. It probably will, but it's always fun to go outside and see what everything looks like. You can also look and see what the moon looks like maybe on your birthday. If your birthday's already passed, that's okay. You can actually use the calculator to go backwards in time and take a look at what it looked like on your birthday. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Maker 101 project. I hope you'll check back next month for more awesome projects.